All right, we are live. Don't worry, Jacob. They can't hear you. You can keep talking. HeartlandDefenders.com. Heartland Defenders here on Facebook. Heartland Defenders on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. Please share out this live video now. Like the pages. Share the pages to your friends, family. Yes. So, well, let's see. Let's get these two on here so that you can hear them and see them. Hey, Jacob. Hi, Mike.
Don't you see me?
Hello.
Yep, not just see you. We can hear you
Okay,
too.
fine.
Well, they couldn't see you either because they were seeing
All I
them.
was doing was ranting on the fact that this picture floating around of the peaceful protester with the pistol at the low ready. For those in the know, does that constitute a threat?
Well, I mean, it depends.
Depends what you can prove in court, I'm guessing.
Well, and that also, but is it though? Because I know in some concealed carry courses, I've heard them say, "Don't draw unless you're ready to shoot," because it's considered a threat and can be shot back at.
That's fair.
So, is that legally the aspect of that? Look, Jane's awake. Oh Lord.
Oh God, no!
Oh, hey, you know what? I forgot I got a second date night. I'm out.
I'm gonna go work on this here server.
Oh boy. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, that'd be a good legal question for a Second Amendment lawyer.
Someone who we know. That
We know.
better than us.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me call USS. Let me call my card.
Yeah, the 800 number. Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
Just like the
Essentially,
yeah, if they're holding the guns, they're not pointing them at me, but they have them ready.
Putting them at the low ready.
is that before or after they have 3 minutes of air?
Do they get 3 minutes of air after you shoot them? That's the aspect.
That's the before. That's when they have it.
Okay.
After they don't have it.
Gotcha.
Oh, goodness gracious.
They might get one last minute of air.
Depends on the shot.
Oh, we do love you, Jane.
Of course we do.
We just bust in your nuts just like you do us, always.
Yes. That's fair, I would say.
Oh, goodness. But yes, so today is a part of the three rule, or the wait. What is it called again? I had the thing up.
Rules of three.
Yes, there it is.
Yeah,
Rules of three.
Rules of three.
Yes, the three-ish. Because the 3 minutes of air could be or could not be a little shorter or a little longer, depending on your situation and what your name is. So.
How apropos of current.
Is it too soon?
Just saying. Well, no, because it's interesting. Because what was it? Oh my God, who? I don't even remember who or where. But one of the groups we're probably all part of, and you're one of the yahoos. Actually put, what did he say? Oh, so the video, somebody posted the video of a kid blowing, looked like some young kid blowing his vape through the mask.
Yeah.
And the guy basically said, see, if you can breathe through it, how can it work? I'm like,
but
if you couldn't breathe through the mask, wouldn't that be a bigger problem?
You're putting a bag over your head at that point.
I'm like, and he was arguing with me about it. I'm like, never mind.
Right.
That's where these people have gone with this. I'm like, dude, I went out with a friend of ours and his lovely last night at dinner and walking around. You know where Pinecrest and REI is?
Yes.
Yeah. We walked around there.
Did you get eyeballed?
It was. I ain't gonna lie. We put them on to go. You can't go into REI without it. They look at you like they'll kill you.
Yeah.
Slowly by some hippie death, but they're gonna kill you if you don't wear it in.
Right.
But dude, to watch people walk around, you're just like, I was kind of wishing most of them had 3 minutes left of air because
All I can say
it was
all I can say is with the masks, it's kind of funny that
it's killing me, man. It's making me very angry.
I get it.
That's all I'm saying. It's just
But-
irritating.
It's really weird how there's a mandate, right? You got a mandate, and then you got businesses who like take a mandate, take it to the extreme. You cannot be in here.
I
They got
get
Well-
like posted guards do it, you know.
get all that, but you know, and that doesn't irritate me as much, Jacob, as when people are, so you've never, obviously you don't know what Pinecrest. So Pinecrest is basically like an outdoor mall, I would call it.
So basically, it's like Eastland or East whatever mall, Columbus.
Yeah. All the stores are, you don't go inside. All the storefronts are on a street. They
You
created.
walk through a big open area to go
Yeah.
into a store. Got it.
And people are all walking around with masks on outside. I'm like,
But my point I was making of this is the fact that the mask mandate and the businesses that take it to the ultimate extreme don't seem to understand how masks work. Because you get the cashier, or you get the patron, or you get the manager, or you're the one person that walks through the door and they're sitting in the building with the mask off, and as soon as you open the door, they hear the bell, ding ding, and they're pulling the mask up, but they pull it up to here. It covers this.
Jane!
that's, but don't you know?
Or they pull it up so high that all you see is like
Yeah.
Corona only lives in the aisles, like, because when you're at a restaurant, you get to your table.
you
it's
get
a
to your
pizza.
table, you just pull it off, you're done.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. It's all free. But
So
but
you're
it only
weirder
affects
than
people who have to
furries.
take the M too.
Oh God!
no, Jane. Just to clarify, I think furries are just as effed up as the people walking around in public with masks on.
Oh.
Just to.
And Jane, I have never said once, I can't breathe through it. I don't want to wear it. I don't.
Oh no, it has nothing to do with me.
I couldn't care less. I'll put one of the freaking neck things on, pull it up over my
Yeah,
face so
that's
I
what
make
I wear.
somebody else feel better about themselves. Doesn't really affect me in any way, shape, or form. It's not, and to be perfectly honest, I harken back to my old Western thoughts. When y'all decide social disobedience is okay, that fucking mask is gonna come in real fucking handy, bud.
Right, well, of course, and that's why when they started requiring the masks. Hold on a second here.
Yeah, we walked out of a place. You know the ice cream place there,
Yeah.
by the theater.
Yep.
Yeah, we walked out, dude. This chick behind the counter, like,
She was.
mind you, there was like 4 or 5 people in line. Okay, so, and there was, so they have an aisle technically, roped off where you're supposed to go down. Well, the people were kind of standing outside the roped area. So we just kind of got in behind them and, still, kept a little bit of a distance, whatever. Their rules, I kept up with it. Then this chick behind the thing is like, you guys aren't standing on the circles? That line and the circles are there for a reason. So if you guys can't follow those, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, time to
after
go.
my ice cream, I'm going to stab you.
Right. Well, so what's funny is when they started doing the mask mandates, all I had to do was go to one of my bags I store a lot of my extras in, and I have like 4 of these that are the neck, go around your neck, go over your face for riding a motorcycle. So you can just slide it over your head. You still breathe through it pretty easy, but yeah, it does.
So you're going kind of the fancy ascot look.
Kinda.
He wraps it around. And
Nope, just pull it over your head. It keeps the beard. It keeps the beard from collecting and filtering the Rona into my beard and then getting it later.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
we did see the best. The dude had some dude had, it looked like, I'm trying to remember what movie it's from. It's all gold, so it was all gold, and it was young black kid. It had, and I mean, he was, dressed to the T's. I mean, it was obviously out with his girlfriend. Dude, it had like 223 rounds as the front, and then 223 rounds on the side here, all painted like gold, and it was almost like almost like it was glued to a, almost like a human mandible, like.
Oh boy.
So sweet. I'm like, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. I saw one of the masks because everybody's making the masks now because it's the big like extra money thing to do.
Oh,
And I saw somebody that had one printed that said, "If you touch my beard, I get to touch your boobs."
all I gotta say is, man, I am so over the market bullshit about this. When you walk into the store, any store, where was we? I think we were at like the Goodwill or something, and you walk in and there's a brand new. It's not like they came from another store at the Goodwill. Brand new Hanes stack of.
Oh yeah, the Hanes thing.
Hanes underwear. I swear to God, they're fucking underwear. It's the same shit you put on your ass. You're putting on your face right now.
I mean, it's fabric.
5, 10, 3-pack, whatever it is.
Also, have you been to a store yet that has the mask display with the mirror so you can try them on to see how it looks?
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
Freaking classic.
Or the fact that they're selling, boxes of like 10 paper masks for like $30.
Oh no!
I mean, I about lost my crap the other day.
We went to Pinstripes, and some dude saw the guy with the gold one, and he was talking to him, and he was like, and as they were kind of leaving, he was like, "Dude, I'm gonna go and find that." He said, "Because you know what? I had to break into the ER, pretend I was sick, so I could go grab a handful of masks, and then I left."
But is it really that? Okay. Again, guys, we're talking about 3 minutes of air. We're talking about masks because guess what? You can breathe through it. But are they really that hard to get your hands on?
A mask?
A mask.
Oh.
Because, I mean, all I'm saying is I've seen everything from somebody's underwear to a guy wearing a paintball or a weed eating or something like mesh metal grate over his face.
Oh, the airsoft masks, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, is it really that hard to get a mask? I mean, here, dude.
No. It's not hard.
Hey, William, I don't know because I'm out in Newberry now. So, but the next time I'm in Madison, I'll check it out. You'll have to message me or let me know what it is because I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. But I'll get with you and find out.
Jeremy, I'm going to stay masked up for this whole show, all right?
I wish you would, because you know what? You look a little closer than 6 feet right here on the camera.
So, I don't think it's a problem getting a mask. I think it's the kind of F you to your mask. I'm going to wear whatever the hell I want to cover my face because a lot of places aren't even wording it, wear a mask. It's wear a face covering.
Face covering. Awesome.
So, because it's not a mask, it's a face covering. So, as long as your face is covered. And then what's really great, though, is you're protecting me. Well, technically, no, unless you're wearing goggles that do not have air vents in them, because you could still get the shit in your eyes by you wearing a mask.
We're not talking about that.
Well, but in all fairness, off of this, yes, hey, whether you like it or not, believe it or not, the mask does help. So, like, if you have a cold or you will spread it less with a mask. Like it or not.
I gotta disagree.
No, but I know, but a lot of people are like, it doesn't stop. No, you're right. It doesn't stop Rona on its own. But the problem is you don't transfer a dry, there's not little dry dust buckets coming out of your mouth. it's your spit. Because basically when you talk, you spit on people, and the mask keeps the droplets from getting on other people.
Hence why your mask is wet when you take it off.
Technically speaking, the masks do work
Something.
if everything else is true about what they're saying.
Right.
Which is the problem a lot of us have with the whole thing.
Do we trust what they're saying?
Whole other show. But
yeah, we can't talk about. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, we are well aware of the 24-hour Rona. We're well aware of it.
Oh, you can get that?
Apparently.
Apparently, you can test positive and then negative within 24 hours, which is amazing.
Apparently, you can get a test result back within 24 hours.
Oh well, that's only if you're important people.
Well, but the funny thing is, I saw everybody go nuts about that, but it's like, but there's been a ton of doctors that have been telling people that, yeah, the quick test is bullshit. It's kind of almost like when you get the quick test for strep. It's not always 100% when you get the quick test for strep. I mean, which is, again, it all goes back to everything that we've talked about, that, even if DeWine came out right now and told us 100% truth, the 100% truth about everything, how many of us would believe him?
He could have already, and we're like, bullshit.
At this point, it's almost a moot argument because nobody's going to agree anymore at this point. I mean,
I just want to clear the air. My only question is,
that was kind of clever. Clear the air. Huh?
Yeah. Gotta get that 3 minutes. My only question is, and I asked this to my coworker, like I said in plenty of other shows, I talked to a guy before we do these shows at work talking about our subject. And I said to him, this whole 24-hour thing, right? I said, the first test didn't shock me. All right, you tested positive for corona. Got it. Now the mandate is you test positive, 2 weeks quarantine. Nobody, right? That's you heard it all over the place for months. Families separated from each other.
Did they ever do that in Ohio, though?
I don't know, but you saw it everywhere.
Well, at least for me, it is. I know. For work, everything, it's 14.
Here's where I'm going with this. First one didn't catch me, so he tested positive. All right, he's in that age bracket. Understandable, possible. All right, highly plausible. Got it. Less than 24 hours later, why is he taking another test? Like, what was the reasoning? Was it just like, I tested positive. I don't like that result. Let me do it again.
Because he already knew.
But when you take a strep test, they then also send out a culture to get tested.
Well, so they already knew that
for the culture, right?
Wouldn't you think? Do they or do they not do the same thing with a Rona test?
I don't
know.
No,
they don't.
I could not give you
they don't at all?
They actually, he did a different test. So not the quick test, it's the other more reliable test the second time around that came up negative.
But I'm asking the question of...
let's just be honest. He didn't want to meet Trump. Come on. That's all.
I'm asking a question. If he tested positive, why did he not just quarantine? Done. I tested positive. I've got Rona. All right. Quarantine for 2 weeks. Why did he take another test?
I don't know, but I may or may not have allegedly gotten his actual cell number if we want to call and find out on the air.
No.
That'd be a good 3 minutes of oxygen, wouldn't it?
That's just allegedly, by the way.
Allegedly, no.
Are you scared?
Be
scared.
We wouldn't be here next Sunday. I can tell you that right now.
Take our 12 viewers away if we call.
They'll take our channel and our page away.
I don't know. I don't know. If our 12 viewers can get our view count up to, what'd you say?
Oh, at least 50. I'll call them on the air.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll We'll go with 50. Jeremy, you want to add to that pot?
Jeremy's like, yeah, 50,000. 50,000.
You get our view count right now, live, up to 50. Cosper, call him on the air.
I ain't telling anybody how I got it, but
Anybody challenge accepted?
Where
Wait for those. Got a minute or so wait here.
Those will be happening shortly after, and then we'll just be cut down.
He's such a look at him trying to start shit. Yeah, call him.
Hunter down here, call him. Yeah, call him.
Hey Jacob, we'll talk after the show.
At least 50 people watching.
Oh man, too funny. But yeah, I'm waiting for the helicopter. Trust me. But
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. As soon as you call, shortly after, we're gonna get cut, and that's gonna happen. The helicopters are gonna show up.
I mean, dude, Facebook is like messing with everybody lately because nobody gets viewership anymore.
No, they don't. It's even the guys that were getting hundreds and hundreds of viewers and thousands are not they've stopped doing Facebook because of it, because they are totally, you can say the wrong thing and because they can consider it a false news because you said the wrong thing, oops, guess what, they can restrict your viewership.
Oh, I forgot to tell you because I wasn't on last week. So the week before, a gentleman who runs an auction house that he's popped on here a few times.
Yeah.
So I'd gone to his auction, and there was it was mostly guns, so there was a lot of our kind of people there, and there was a ton of these guys, and they all talked and they all messaged me on Saturday and Sunday. When is it again? Blah blah blah. So on Monday, Barry, he messaged me and said when he tried to log onto our show, it kept booting him. And he talked to 5 other guys out of that group of about 7 or 8 guys that tried to get on. Every one of them got booted as they were trying to push on to the live show.
Well, who was it? News to Share did a live stream for Joe Jagarian.
Oh, okay.
And I watched the video and I shared it to our private page, and it was insanity between me and John Michaels trying to get him connected to. I mean, every time I clicked on it, it worked just fine, but every time he did it, it aired out.
How many views do you remember how many viewers he had on the page at the time?
I was watching a watch party.
Oh, okay. I'm sure. Because he usually has pretty solid viewership.
Yeah, I never jumped to the legit.
Okay, view. I was just curious because if he's like below 300-400 viewers, then it's happening to everybody.
Yeah, something's wrong. Yeah.
All right, take us into the subject. We've already burned up half the time.
Which is amazing how we could, and we haven't even hit subject yet. So
we did. I wanted to clear the air.
We briefly teased it.
We talked about it.
Yeah, a little. So
the mask does not prevent you from breathing, because if it did, you just have a bag on your head. We said that.
Yeah,
it was said.
But so going with what we started last week with the being prepared and the rules of 3. This week is 3 minutes of oxygen. Last week was 3 seconds. And so it's about having 3 minutes of being able to breathe cleanish air and being prepared on that.
Which is a hard one, by the way.
Well, it is and it isn't, because it can be as simple as something like a piece of rag, face mask, whatever, to a particulate filtering mask. I have a gas mask type particulate filter mask that slides over your face. Doesn't get rid of the chemicals in the air, but it gets rid of particles, dust particles, dirt, stuff like that.
I've got a pro mask that I can't wear
because of the beard. Yep.
Well,
I also
Right.
I also have acquired myself a pro mask that I can wear
The full baggy thing, or
because it bags over your head down to your neck,
yeah.
and then you cinch it around your neck.
I don't want to be around
I
Jane with that one.
Well, you don't let your spouse fucking cinch it around your neck because you're not breathing at that point.
Yeah, because she's gonna tape the filter shut too. So.
She's like, pull it up, hang it
ring-
up there like so.
I'm gonna wring my neck with the
I
cords
don't
inside.
know if a minute of air thing is supposed to be going. But...
No, this air thing's going is you don't want to stop this area here.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to block that. That's bad.
So I mean, do you only carry one kind, or I mean, that's to me this has always been one of those weird ones for me. I mean, I get it, but it's like, if it's something that bad, it's almost like, where are you going? I mean, where are you going to be? Are you going to be able to even get 3 minutes? You know what I mean? I mean, are you going to even ever be able to get far enough away from, if it's something that bad where you've got to throw on a mask to save your life? Well, you know what I mean? It's always been kind of a weird one for me.
Out of the 3 guys in this video chat, in this show right here, I think I'm the only one that's ever had to hear the words mop and a number. That's a military thing. For all the military people, they know exactly what I'm talking about. But out of the 3 of us, I think I'm the only one that's ever actually heard mop and a number and then had to put a bunch of shit on. And for all the people out there screaming that little piece of t-shirt or that dust mask or that bandana is blocking oxygen and you're not getting your 3 minutes, you're full of shit.
Wait till you have to put a real mask on.
We wore a pro mask with a canister filter that cut your freaking airflow in half. Easily in half. For 24 hours a day. You.
Yeah, but again, is that something you carry with you all the time?
In combat? Yes, we carry it
on a daily basis now.
In your carry bag.
I do have it. I do have a different style in my get home bag that I carry all the time with me. And I have a legitimate style in my bug out bag. And then I have alternative means of making some sort of preventative protection.
Gotcha.
In an EDC bag.
Well, so what? Yeah, I guess in the long run, where is it that you see this being the most? What is the most likely scenario that you're going to need said?
Fire.
I know particulate you would want, and this is only because of my background. I know this. Any particulate, like say something happens with one of the power plants up on Lake Erie. In the distance you and I are at, Cosper, we would deal with particulates in the air that would not do anything to us right now if we breathe them in, but you'd be in a lot of pain and be hating life for many years to come.
For the 15 total viewers that don't live in the northern part of Ohio, he's talking about a Chernobyl-like event.
Yes. Any kind of nuclear type event that would happen with particles in the air, you don't want those particles in you, so you'd want those filtered out, because once they get in you, they don't come out.
In that scenario, you've got to make sure that your canister can stop those particular particulates.
Yep.
Right.
And you can't just go to Home Depot and pick up a canister.
Some of those 3M masks work if you don't have this. If you have this, those 3M masks are not going to work, and you're gonna want to find, like Jacob has. Does yours actually have the canisters that can be changed out and you can swap them?
They're interchangeable canisters, but instead of a strap that you pull over like a standard military pro mask and cinch up on your face, which is where it makes the seal around your chin and everything here, it actually has a whole bag. It basically is a bag that You put the mask up against your face and your beard and everything else, but because of the little tiny ports that would
Yeah.
happen with the beard hair, you put the bag over your head and you cinch it up around your neck, and it seals along. It's like an inch and a half, seals along a space across your neck that stops.
Kind of like this one. You probably can't see it, but
A little.
yeah, it's very
Back
wrinkled
it up a little bit.
Hold on. Let me see if I can unwrinkle it a little bit. It's very similar to the Battle Box one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's got it, and it does. This one does have an you. I don't think the Battle Box one. I don't think you can change the canister. This one you can.
No. Well, the reason why I asked about the
I can't
canister
remember.
is if you have to use that, you don't want to use like your vapor canisters for particulates, because the vapor canisters will seal up pretty quickly with particulates. So you want a particulate filter, a set of those, a couple sets of those, and a couple sets of the vapor ones.
Well, I do have a new Riot set.
That probably has vapor in it then, because it's trying to put out or keep out tear gas.
Tear gas.
Yeah. So I got a new one with
Yes.
it's a pullover face mask, and it's got the goggles that go tight, and then it's got the dual filters that you can change to better filters.
Well, but let's.
Well,
let's
since I
look
go
at-
to Virginia again next weekend, I thought, never mind. But
let's look at the likely scenarios that you would need an actual mask, not the Rona, not the T-shirts and all that.
I always thought tear gas would be the first.
I never actually thought tear gas. I think fire. I honestly think cities on fire concept where you are. I mean, it's not just a building; it's the buildings, and you're trying to get through the
Okay.
think wildfires.
Yeah. I mean, you watch the
Wildfires.
videos of
Think
the
about the
wildfires.
amount of
People's cars
smoke.
stall out.
Yeah.
Think about the amount of smoke, and with a big enough fire, how much legitimate oxygen?
Oh, dude, I drove through one in California.
What is the three things it takes to start a fire? It's
Fuel,
not carbon dioxide, kids.
fuel, oxygen, and heat.
So, if a big enough fire is happening let's call it what it is, in the local city you live in or near, they start fires everywhere. A big enough fire will suck the oxygen out of the area.
Well, now you're talking about having to have some kind of self-contained unit, though. If
Yeah.
that's the case.
This is true. This is true. But if you are moving, you still want to protect yourself from the smoke.
Yep. The smoke and if it's big enough like the wildfires, there's enough ash in that like I said, it plugs up car filters and causes them to stall out. So.
And I've gone through that, Palmer, because I was in Gresham, Oregon when Mount St. Helens blew up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was there for that. So and it was of course I was a lot younger. We just went out and played in it like it was snow, but
The irony to this part of the episode is it's fucking 2020 and we're talking about volcanoes, cities burning. It's like hey, Yellowstone hasn't really done anything in a few millennia.
Well, North Carolina just had a freaking huge earthquake, and first time in
There's
30
that.
years.
And North Carolina and Virginia, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I saw pictures, dude. There's a couple of structures like concrete walls, like bent. I mean, it hit pretty.
I don't think did they build those buildings in that area for earthquakes?
No. Why would you? They hardly ever happen.
Either any city in Ohio ever gets hit with a 6,
Oh God, no.
they're gonna crumble.
Cities in Ohio, I mean, it would be like a 1 on the Richter scale, and it'd be like the whole building was.
Oh, we've had a couple. Come on, we had a 4.1.
Yeah, we have had
Where?
a couple of those.
Near Cleveland.
Yep.
Okay.
Up by Lake, right
and
off of Lake Erie.
Yeah.
When?
Oh God, that's it. Well, I was in high school, so what'd that tell you?
Okay,
Yeah.
so back with
Uh-oh.
It was a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
I've been,
Just a few. It's just a few.
I've been in a 7.1 in Los Angeles, or 7.3. No, I think it was 7.1. So that's
Well,
pretty.
You should have been on here last week because that would have tied perfectly into 3 seconds of cognitive thought. Because
Damn.
how many people lost their damn minds when the ground shook?
In California, not many.
Okay,
No,
I'll give you that. They kind of go through it every couple of
they
weeks.
just, they just sit in the buildings and watch them sway and like, cool.
Here,
I was
they
actually,
probably
when
lose their minds.
I was driving home. The telephone poles, because there was a rolling earthquake, the telephone poles came to about 6 feet from the ground and snapped back from it. And then we were playing street hockey, and we lived in Claremont at the time, and we watched the earthquake, the aftershock, because the aftershock was a 6.5, I think. We watched it come up the street. We just stood there on our rollerblades, watched it come up the street, and we rolled right over it as the ground rolled right past us.
Wow.
And people in California are like, and
Yeah, they're like, okay, time to go back to doing what we're doing. Yeah. Here, they'd be like, oh my god.
They're pretty cool with it. Like, yeah, whatever, man.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't know. Like I said, the 3 minutes of air was always, I don't know. It's just always kind of threw me. Other than a fire.
Well, I mean, and then you've
got fire, you've got particulates, you've got gas.
I mean, if it's a nuclear event, you're pretty screwed.
Well, it depends on where you're at, but right, it depends. If you're
You know,
far
that's why
away,
I
you're
thought,
screwed.
like,
And
We're not going to get into the psychological aspects of why the mask and the mop gear and all that crap was just
Well, I
kind
want
of a
to,
placebo to make you feel better. We'll just leave that alone.
well, but
well, it's
so
kind of like
it
a lot
doesn't.
like the current mask thing.
Well, but it
is
doesn't
kinda
have
like
to
the
be as
current mask
extreme.
thing.
It doesn't have to be as extreme as a large event. It could be something as you have an accident, your car. I mean, then this is just being. This goes into mentally being prepared and being prepared in your car. Having a glass breaker in your car if you have an accident. And like, I know you drive off 422 a lot. There's Ladue right there. There's an easy chance that if an accident happens, you're into the lake.
Oh, fair.
Those road barriers don't stop you from going any farther. They
No,
don't. I've been down 422 and I've seen a car smashed, went where's the other car, drove down past the road barrier some more, and saw a car way down the hill in the grass like 200 yards. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
But
Road barriers slow you down.
yeah, they don't stop you. But I mean, so are you prepared? Are you prepared to be able to get out of your car before it fills full of water? That's a 3 minutes of air right there.
That's fair. That's fair.
Do you know? This goes back to the knowledge base that we were talking about last week and this week and probably next week and every other week. Do you know the proper time to get out of a car as it's sinking into the water?
Right. Because you can't open the door
like
until
the pressure equalize and all that.
So you actually have to hold your breath for a few minutes.
Yeah, you've got to let the bitch go under.
Yeah. So yes, and then and don't do the thing in the movies with the tires because some cars have nitrogen in their tires, and all you're gonna fucking do is pass out and die anyways.
None of us are gonna go. Hey, let me take. I've been 3 minutes without air. Now I need some air. Let me use 3 seconds of cognitive thought to look and see if that freaking valve stem cap is green to make sure it's not nitrogen instead of oxygen.
And don't even go by the valve stems, and you need to know because most people change their valve stems because it doesn't look right on their car.
Yeah, and if you go to Walmart, you're probably not going to get green ones anyways. You're going to throw on whatever they find on the ground.
Right.
So.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, I wouldn't go by that at all. No. You're way too much faith in humanity, and that's just not going to happen.
Right. If 2020 has not taught you anything, it's to not have faith in humanity.
No. When you said this was the subject, I was kind of thinking, well, there's a lot of people that have like to choke for 3 minutes then.
Well, so give them not 3 minutes of
I think that's the opposite of the show topic, Costa.
I suppose.
Yeah, that's a different rule of 3, I think.
I thought it tied
That is the approximate amount of time it takes to stop someone from breathing permanently.
See, it ties in.
That may get it. We were up to 18 people watching, and then they
I know.
trickled off again.
Yeah, it did.
Like, this is boring. Now we're to 14.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah,
it
no,
jumps.
15, it
but
keeps bouncing.
It keeps bouncing.
Okay.
It's like, see, it goes back up, and I think that's the people getting kicked.
Dude, it's
Oh boy, I hear somebody behind me.
Let us know in the comments. Don't be shy. Let us know in the comments if while you're watching, all of a sudden it's like, hey, it don't work no more.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all crazy. Everything's nuts.
Yeah.
Everything's messed up. It's all it is.
Basically, the easiest thing to say is be prepared.
Yeah, you got to be prepared.
One would hope, and that's.
I mean, and it goes to having.
I would be willing to bet though that even a fair amount of people in our group, I bet the 3 minutes of air thing is something that's lacking in a lot of people's bags.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because and for the longest time it was with mine. I know that.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like you kind of assume that it's going to be okay.
Right.
You've lived 20, 30, 40, 50 years of life not needing to put a mask on your face or get out of the way of CS gas or riot control canisters or any of the things that would inhibit your oxygen. So it's not one of the first things you think about when you're going to the local store and picking up preparedness items.
Well, not normally. So
Yeah, well,
I had a lot in my bag already because of
It's funny. I don't even see. It's amazing how many of even the survivalists, guys and people that actually do some pretty good stuff on YouTube and things like that and wherever and websites. It's funny how little even they do with the 3 minutes of air.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a hard one to do because it's situational. There's different things for different situations. Like just some people don't know a wet rag or a wet bandana can help you breathe through tear gas and not breathe it in.
Well, but it's funny. Then you'll find 10 people that tell you, no, that doesn't work.
Oh, I know it works. Personally, I know it works. I've been there. May Day here in Akron used to be hell. Oh, okay, it depends on who you are. It's a great day for partying, but it's also fun to watch blocks get tear gassed on a college campus because they're just idiots burning shit in the streets. Because
I can see that being amusing.
On May Day, that's the last week of, or the week right around when everybody's leaving, so everybody puts all their crap out on the freaking curb. It's the last week to party before everybody goes home, so everybody's putting their couches and their beds up, and so everybody drags them in the street and starts burning. So the cops would just go block to block and just start dropping tear gas canisters to get them to clear out. I mean, there for what, 5, 6 years? It was a wild time.
Oh, I've been there. I mean, I've been not to there, but I've been, I've allegedly been in situations where I've been tear gassed.
Mm-hmm. That's the most I've been tear gassed. Now, there's been a few things in Columbus that I've gotten whiffs of tear gas, but never been actually tear gassed. So.
Yeah, well, and I did do it with when I got to try a lot of things when we worked when we did our cleaning company. We worked with the Painesville Police Department. I got to do all kinds of fun stuff with them. That's where I got tased. It's where I got to go with the SWAT guys and do the gas chamber, and I got to do all kinds of fun things with them.
Yeah, there's allegedly a VHS tape of me walking out of a gas chamber,
Nice.
raining out of my face and just
Nice.
flapping like a retarded bird.
Did they make you pay for it like Cedar Point does?
No. Well, I did. An uncashed written check, including, the ultimate sacrifice. But Yeah, no, it's fun. It's
I
fun.
did that's the problem. Most of the stuff I did was before cell phone cameras.
Yeah,
so
right. That's
A lot
all.
of it's kind of hard to.
Well,
Well,
like I said, you heard me say VHS,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Some people in here are
for
probably
all
young
you
enough they
youngins
don't
out
know what
there,
VHS is.
yeah,
What the
Like,
hell's
not on DVD.
so don't even bring up Betamax.
Laserdisc.
yeah, the laser discs. Those
Yeah.
were
Bringing
fun.
out the Laserdisc.
Oh goodness! But no, I mean, there's some simple stuff that people can teach and learn. I always keep bottles of Malox around, not because of an upset stomach, which I could probably use this weekend, but because of mixed with water in a certain ratio mixture helps eliminate tear gas.
Yeah, I got to get that ratio again because I'm going. Like I said, I'll be in Virginia this weekend, and I have a bad feeling about it. But
Yeah, I'll send you the things.
I have some of the stuff from when we went to Virginia. I mean, we went through a lot of the stuff. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know. I just have this feeling that, I don't know. That's a whole nother stuff. We'll talk about it next Sunday when I get back.
And I'm looking at trying to go with you, by the way.
We're coming up on it. Got 15 minutes left. I'm hoping this event you're going down to. I'm sorry I'm not able to go this go around.
It's last minute.
But I'm hoping it's the same damn thing that happened when we all went. I'm hoping 30, 40,000 people march into that freaking place, and they put up their little peace fence or whatever they want to call it this freaking go around, and 30, 40,000 people stand there for 7 hours, and just.
But see, that's my the crowd going. That's my only fear with this, and fear and not fear. Because maybe it should have happened the last time we were there. But I have a feeling this time, if they try certain things, that it's a different group going. There are some of the same groups going.
Right.
There's a larger number of different groups coming this time. I have a feeling that this time those fences will come down. I just have and I don't know.
So where's your limit on that then?
Yeah, I don't know because they've already had skirmishes with tear gas the last couple of weekends. Not this weekend, but the weekend before, and I think the weekend before.
Where, in Richmond?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So everything's already on more edge than when we went last time. So I'm a little curious to see, so I'm probably going to take a little bit more. I'm going to be a little more cautious probably this time than we were last time. I may need that 3 minutes of air.
I'll get in contact with you because I'm trying to go next weekend.
Well, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're talking about it, do you? I assume you're keeping up with the Portland stuff and the DC stuff. Do you think that this is the complete opposite of that, or do you think there are nefarious reasons this is happening to try to bring that closer to the Midwest?
Well, the only thing I don't think is quite the same is only because Maj is involved, and I don't see him being involved in that if he thought that was going to be. Plus, did you see who's a speaker now?
I'm not.
It doesn't excite me particularly, but they have what's his name, Spike Cohen.
Okay.
Spike's going to be a speaker now at that rally. So, even in now, they're officially on the ticket, right? Or are they? Yeah, because they're officially on the ticket, not a write-in, correct?
I am not sure.
I thought the Libertarian Party has the signatures, if I remember right. But and here's the only reason I bring it up, because if they are technically on the ballot, that would mean that they would have Secret Service protection.
Well, let's just Jeremy.
So shenanigans wouldn't show up until after the main part of the event would.
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah. So that's why I don't know how. I don't think this is for that. Well, we'll see you, Sean. I don't think it's not being billed as that kind of event, but it's definitely being billed more aggressively than I think the last event was. The last event was, hey, let's go be peaceful and get them to change. This time seems more, oh no, they're going to change things
Oh.
kind of attitude.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so that's. But here's the weird thing, because some of the people involved, and this is part of the reason I'm going for the educational purposes. Some of the people involved were at the first rally and were very anti-Northam at the time, and yet since that time have actually gotten on stage with Northam, but are now once again rallying against him on the Second Amendment. So, yeah,
that's weird.
Yes, exactly. So, and it's a conversation that I want to have in person rather than, like, all right, dude, what the hell was your problem on the phone type of thing. It's kind of a thing I want to, and I will have some more information. I actually reconnected with someone who has basically dropped off he was huge in the patriotic community and then dropped off. He actually lives in right over the border from Portland. And actually, finally, after about a year and a half of him being gone, he actually contacted me. So I'm going to find out what's going on in Portland, like really going on in Portland.
Nice.
So
did he ghost out because I know we're seeing a drop off. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, no, yeah.
Josh was going to this thing.
Sean said he was going, so
yeah.
No, I don't think. I think he was kind of in the same boat that we are, almost kind of like now, where it's like there's so much of that infighting and so much of that garbage that I think he finally was like, you know what? He had an episode early in his life that something personal that happened to him. It's not that personal. It's all over Facebook because he told everybody one night. But it ruined his family life. And I think this was doing kind of the same thing. I think he was so involved. I mean, he was traveling the country. He went to New Orleans for like 2 months and helped rebuild and got a lot of crap for it, for being part of the patriotic community. There was a lot of people that gave him crap down there for it. And so I think he kind of dropped. I think he just got sick of people being, I don't know if ungrateful is the word, or just like, you know what? F you people, you're never going to come together. He even got to the point where he was like, I don't even want to be called a patriot anymore because I don't want to be part of this movement.
Well, I mean, you think about it, though, when that happens, being a patriot isn't just about being a hard ass and being,
No.
It's about helping out your community and helping out surrounding communities, even if you got to travel partway across the country to do it.
Yes.
So,
and he did a lot of stuff. I mean, he did, he was, and some people know who he is and some people won't. But he was part of the Charlottesville 32 as well.
Okay.
So, and that's why I'm kind of really curious to reconnect with him, because I'm curious if he's even seen that. Have you seen that they're doing on History Channel a thing about Charlottesville?
No.
Oh. Dude, it's gonna be.
Is this gonna make me hate the History Channel?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. So they bill it as the, basically it's supposed to be about Charlottesville, and basically the closing picture of the commercial is, about the what do they say, the far right, and it's the torch scene when those guys walk through with the torch and they all were, had the Sig Heil up.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to basically pay, and they're holding an American flag. So everybody like us are going to be, they're just pushing this weird Nazi thing on the History Channel.
White supremacist Nazi.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm gonna probably watch it because I want to see if and maybe there's more of a story, but the way they're billing it, I can already tell. Basically, if you're a Trump supporter or if you're a conservative or you're
it's that
right,
it's that time of year, boys. It's that time of
It's
year.
it's going to be bad, and I'm curious because he was there. I'm curious to get his opinion of if he's seen or if he's just dropped out completely of all of it.
Hmm.
Because that and even that was I mean he had to spend time and money to defend himself because they were originally charged the 32.
Yeah.
The only people there who actually helped people get out of the situation, counter protesters and protesters alike, and they still went after them.
Well, and that's because they stuck around. Everybody else booked. They had to blame somebody.
Dude, they've got him especially, because he played a lot of the video. Some of it online, some of it offline to some of us. He has video. He was wearing a cam.
Yeah.
He has camp standing right in front of the the white shirt cop and his little stormtroopers behind him when things were going bad. I mean, people were swinging sticks. I mean, people were getting the crap beat out of him. And he was right there in front of him. I don't even think they realized that he had a camera on. And he was like, "Are you guys going to get in and help?" And they're like, "Nope, it's not our problem. You guys figure it out." From the cops.
Yep. Well, I mean, yeah.
Hey, what year was that?
Yeah.
Because it sounds a lot like right now.
Doesn't it?
It does. I mean, it's eerie.
How? Dude, it was, and I remember because I watched that all day live, and that was, so I'm curious to see. It's just another thing, man. I'm just, it just makes me just angry. That's all.
Right.
It's just, I don't know. I don't even know what to say or go with it, but I'm curious to talk to some of the people. Of course, some of the other people we know were there too, but you know who was there, the person that put on that,
All you have to do is go look up the Charlottesville 32 and you can get basically everybody that was there.
Yeah. So, whatever. I mean, it is what it is, I guess, but and I hope that I hope that this doesn't turn into something like that. And, because, I mean, that's what everybody tried to say about, the last one. But
there's a little bit bigger of a reason for it to be that way this time, though. Being that it's election year.
Yeah, except for, everybody thought the last Richmond was going to be that because, let's be honest, it was mostly white people there. It's funny how you're not getting the same kind of crap about this one coming up next weekend.
Because of who's billed to be there.
You got it.
Yep.
And if you remember right, the last one, it was the week or two prior, but it was mostly the politicians pushing it the 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
It was politicians the week before, but when you got close to the weekend, just watch over the next week, Cosper. You'll start seeing the conspiracy jumping.
I'm wondering because I haven't seen much about it. That's why I'm
the photos and remember this, with the conspiracies and with the huge hype from all the rights and the lefts and the patriots and the patriots and whatever you want to say, that brought just as much hype to the event the last time.
Right.
So if you don't see that much, I'm kind of trying to build a little, is it, a barometer for these events? Because we've got one coming up on the 29th, too, here in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, which tomorrow after the meeting, you and I will stay on.
All right. Mm-hmm. Even with that, I'm trying to build a barometer on these things just to kind of gauge if the event's going to be sizable or if it's going to be a couple of hundred people that half the people are there just because they get to wear cool Army gear. And the other half are there just because there's nothing better to do.
Yeah, and that's what I'm curious about at this one coming up, which is another reason I wanted to go. I mean, there's a lot of different groups that are going to be at this thing, and I'm kind of curious to see where it goes.
Right.
It's part of the reason. I mean, I don't care. He might be watching. I don't think he is, but I want to go because I want to see for myself who the instigators are, who's the bully in the crowd. Is it the crowd? Is it the cops? Is it a fringe group that wasn't there the whole day? I wanna stick around. I'll be honest, I plan on probably sticking around till nighttime to see where it goes.
The second wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick
for the
around.
Second wave.
Yeah, I think
it's
I'm
always
going.
it's always when the bigger crowd disperses.
Yeah.
And it starts to thin out is when the troublemakers come in, because they know they can't deal with a large amount. Then they come in, they start problems, and then they go, ha ha, we scared them off.
Yeah, but that's what I want to see, because I want to see that interaction with the people, quote unquote, hosting the event. I want to see how they react to that.
But will they be there when that happens?
Yeah, I want to see what the real. I just want to see it for myself. We can all watch what happened in Cleveland and all over and Minneapolis and all over the country, and all we ever know is what we see on TV. There's some guys like News to Share, Ford and stuff, where we get a little different view.
Yeah.
But you don't get. I don't think it's it's not the same as being at the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah. I think this is a unique opportunity, especially not going with a large group per se, where I think I can kind of blend in more. I mean, I'll be there probably heavier than most, even if it's not showing. I a lot of water. I'm gonna carry a lot of water.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's gonna be warm.
But I'm curious. I want to see. I want to see for myself who the quote unquote bad guy is.
Right.
I want to see it.
Well, and on that, it is 9:00, a little after actually.
We made it.
We did. We made it. We talked about 3 minutes of air. Man, I almost said 3 seconds again.
I promise you, next week will be better.
It'll be a little bit of everything.
This street right here is the hardest one to actually have a.
Yeah. I knew it was
more than a 20-minute conversation on.
Right. I knew it was gonna be so.
It's just one of the harder ones. It's better to get it out the way. We can get to the rest of them, and
I may have some stories next week. Who knows?
Hey, you never know. You'll be back by then, right?
Oh yeah. No, I'm leaving early because I plan on making it to Fours meeting as well. So.
Okay.
So, then popping out of there quick enough so we can get on air because I want to get.
I keep forgetting that's next week. Dang it. Okay.
No. I know it's gonna be a busy weekend. I'm gonna be dying. Although I am leaving Friday, I think, for the event. So.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, everybody, thank you for watching. Everybody that stuck around.
Appreciate
thank you.
Those of you that stuck around.
And thank you guys for your time as well. HeartlandOffenders.com, Heartland Offenders on YouTube, Heartland Offenders.
So excited, aren't you?
Here on Facebook.
I'm
trying to get through the list.
He's running out.
Seriously.
I've had a rough day.
Go. If you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, go do it. Because if we keep seeing the downtick like we have been on Facebook, we're going to have to go somewhere else if we're going to keep trying to spread any kind of information out.
Yep.
Yeah. We will be here next Sunday.
Yes. No matter how long the drive or God.
I'll be here.
Where is
Listen
Zone
to
3?
These two. God.
Yeah, I know. It's usually me, but I'll be here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, on that note, everybody have a good night. Have a good week. Be safe, and we'll see you again next Sunday at 8 p.m.
Do something.